beginning part of this whole entire review is about what Only God Forgives is really about. It's just a lot of long, lingering looks at each other and not much else. There's no real dialogue. The only thing that I can really say about the plot is in the beginning, Julian, played by Ryan Gosling, his brother gets killed because he raped and killed someone's daughter, and this cop Chang decides to take vengeance on him. And once Julian finds out that Chang did this, he decides he's not going to do anything. From that point on, it all becomes symbolism. And there's very little dialogue, there's very little, really anything. It's a lot of long, lingering looks, like I said already. I can perfectly understand why this was booed at Sundance. It's very surprising to say that, considering I was very excited to see this movie because it's made by Nicolas Winding Refn, who directed one of my favorite films of all time, or at least recent memory, in Drive. And when I also found out that this film would also star Ryan Gosling, who was also a part of Drive, again, I was excited, but this completely fell on its face. It upsets me to say that, but it's the truth. The character of Chang is very much God or the angel of death. Frequently throughout the entire film, you'll see him reach behind his back and pull out a sword. And when he does that, he lays down his judgment on someone. He's always pulling the sword out of nowhere, and they often have shots where you see behind his back before he pulls the sword out, just so that you know that there's nothing there. The one most disturbing part of the film would probably be the relationship between Julian and his mother, played by Kristen Scott Thomas. She's very much the devil on his shoulder, giving him influence, and she never really gives him any good advice, and it ends up hurting him more often than not. And you get the sense that she might have had some sort of relationship in a way when they were younger, and she might have had the same kind of relationship with his brother that died in the beginning of the film. It's all heavily implied. There's no real concrete answer to whether it happened or not, but it's all implied. Just like with the symbolism. You don't really know if any of the symbolism, like I've already mentioned, is the actual truth, but like I said, it's implied, and it's very symbolic. As for the performances, I can't really say anything about them, whether they were good or bad, because there was no actual dialogue. It was just all long, lingering looks. And as far as the cinematography and the directing, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, and the score by Cliff Martinez is yet again great. I can't really expect anything else considering what he did on Drive, and he introduced me to more music yet again. As far as this film, it is a very different and very odd kind of movie. A lot of people would be turned off by the violence of it, especially the torture scene, which is completely unnecessary. Overall, I'd probably give the movie 2 stars out of 5. It's disappointing, to say the least. But again, Nicolas Winding Refn is still a very good director. For shot, it's all beautiful. And the lighting, everything's beautiful. Then you get to the script and the lack thereof, and you get to the performances and the lack thereof. It's a very shallow film, and there's nothing really there other than just symbolism. And again, it's all just implied. You can have your different opinion, I can have my different opinion. It's just, we'll never know. And there's very little to say about this film. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching this review, and please let me know what you thought in the comments. Thank you.